What happens when a young girl, born in poverty, faces pain, rejection, and loss, but still rises to inspire millions? That is the story of Oprah Winfrey. Oprah was born in 1954 in Mississippi, USA. Her childhood was filled with struggles. She wore clothes made from potato sacks, faced abuse, and grew up in an unstable home. Most people in her situation would have lost hope. But Oprah discovered one thing that became her escape: books. Reading gave her knowledge, confidence, and dreams far bigger than her reality. At just 9 years old, she stood in a church and read a Bible verse. Her voice was strong, emotional, and full of power. People were surprised. That moment made her realize that her voice could move people. Even after losing a child at a young age and going through heartbreak, she promised herself one thing: my past will not decide my future. Oprah focused on education. She studied hard, asked questions, and impressed teachers with her passion. At 17, she entered a public speaking contest, won first place, and earned a scholarship to college. That single victory opened a new path in her life. In college, Oprah studied communications and started working at a local radio station. While other newsreaders spoke plainly, Oprah spoke with emotion. She connected with the audience, and people began to love her style. Soon she moved to television. But here critics said she was too emotional, too dark, or not fit for TV. Instead of quitting, Oprah worked harder. She learned interviewing skills, studied her craft, and built her confidence. Her efforts paid off. She got her own talk show. And eventually, The Oprah Winfrey Show became a worldwide phenomenon. What made it special? Oprah did not talk like a celebrity. She talked like a human being. She spoke about real struggles and forgiveness, education, poverty, dreams, and hope. People felt like she was speaking directly to them. Oprah's success was not just about fame. She used her platform for education and empowerment. She built schools in Africa, donated millions to scholarships, and created programs to encourage reading and learning. Her message was clear: education is not only about books, it's about learning from life itself. Today, Oprah Winfrey is not only one of the most successful women in the world, but also one of the most inspiring. She showed the world that no matter how dark your beginning is, you can rewrite your story with courage, knowledge, and determination. Her journey teaches us one powerful lesson: turn your wounds into wisdom and your pain into power. As Oprah's career grew, so did her influence. The Oprah Winfrey Show was not just a talk show. It became a classroom of life. Millions of people, from housewives to students, tuned in daily. Why? Because Oprah gave them something rare: honesty. She cried with her guests, celebrated their victories, and shared her own struggles. She was not perfect, and that's what made her powerful. In the late 1980s and 1990s, her show broke records. She became the first African-American woman to own and produce her own talk show. This was not only history in television, it was history in business. At a time when women, especially women of color, were told to stay small, Oprah built her own media empire. Her journey proved that success is not only about talent, it is about courage to lead. She founded Harpo Productions, her own company, which gave her complete control over her content. This step changed the entire TV industry. She showed that creators can own their work, and that ownership creates power. But Oprah did not stop there. She became one of the world's biggest philanthropists. She started programs that encouraged reading. Her famous Oprah's Book Club turned unknown authors into bestsellers overnight and inspired millions to fall in love with books again. For her, education was not just about schools, it was about opening the mind. Her biggest dream was to give children, especially poor girls, the education she never had in her early life. In 2007, she opened the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for girls in South Africa. This school was more than classrooms. It was a hope factory. She believed that if you educate a girl, you educate a family, a community, and a nation. Oprah also used her wealth wisely. Unlike many celebrities who spend on luxury alone, she invested in causes that changed lives: education, women's rights, healthcare, and poverty relief. She donated hundreds of millions to charities and scholarships. For her, money was not just power. Money was responsibility. Her empire grew beyond television. She acted in films, produced documentaries, and even launched her own TV network, OWN, Oprah Winfrey Network. She interviewed global leaders like Nelson Mandela, Barack Obama, and countless others, always bringing the conversation back to humanity, hope, and lessons. Through all this, she never forgot where she came from. Oprah often said, I am proof that you can rise above your circumstances. You are not your past, you are what you choose to become. Her life teaches a deep educational lesson. Failure, poverty, and pain do not have the final word. What matters is how you use those experiences to grow. Today, Oprah Winfrey stands as one of the most influential women in the world. She went from a girl who wore dresses, made of potato sacks, to a billionaire who wears the crown of respect and love. She turned her voice into a movement and her pain into power.